There we go.
Yay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Easter special. So this is our Easter show. No, actually, this is our Christmas special. Today is Christmas Eve. So obviously, this is not going to be an evergreen, though we might be able to run this next Christmas. So you'll never know.
True.
Don't
Merry
throw any.
Christmas, Jim Edwards.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Stu Smith. It's got it. Is that eggnog?
No, it's my own sweet tea, but there we go.
I'm drinking my half calf coffee. Helps keep me regular. Get it? Um.
Yeah.
So Stu,
Yes.
I've known you for a couple of years now,
Yeah.
and you've always had kind of this thing between Christmas and New Year's of how you like to use this week when basically people have zero expectations from you.
Yeah. That's
So
very true.
talk about that.
And you probably have very few expectations of yourself. Because I remember the first time, in between that Christmas and New Year, it was like, I didn't go to work. I was working on my side gig full time.
Yeah.
And that was, I remember the first time I did, use this time to like really work on business. It
Mhm.
was kind of get organized and focus on what I'm going to sell.
Okay.
And that was when I said, I'm going to sell ebooks.
Okay.
And I remember I go running upstairs, say, I just put a whole bunch of ebooks online of, old workouts that I've been consolidating and getting organized into, specific programs, people who wanted to go Army or people want to go Air Force, whatever.
Right.
So I started selling these downloadable products. And then like 24 hours later, I sold my first ebook. And I go running upstairs. I'm like, I sold my first ebook.
Right.
Right. And it was like 2 days before New Year's. And I just remember I said, this has been a good week. I should do this more often. Do something this week that either helps you consolidate some of the things you got going on, organize them, or you might find yourself with some creative time to create a new project. So I've done everything, Jim, from write a book series, get started on it this week and be organized enough to finish it before the spring type of thing. And to actually shutting down a few things, because I had a couple of stores going, had this store going back from 2001, online Yahoo store, which has changed its names like 5 times and has never evolved with technology. Right. So last year I shut it down. It was one of my consolidation efforts, and I just shut down that store, moved everything over to my Shopify store. And, I had that store for 20 years. Right. And you would think I should probably keep it. But you know what? Everybody was using my Shopify store anyway. So I was like, this bandwidth is like stuff I need to start adding some bandwidth to my life, right? Simplify it.
Yeah.
Something I'm doing this year is, going to work on that school platform we've been working on. And and right now I send all of my guys that are members of my website to this closed Facebook group. And I just announced the other day, I said, I'm closing this Facebook group down and we're moving everything over to school.
Wow. And what's the reaction been?
They're cool with it. They're fine. I mean, basically it was a once or twice a week thing that I went over to Facebook and posted an article, put a video up, answered some questions. It wasn't very active because I think a lot of people have kind of migrated away from Facebook a little bit sometimes, or
People
they're just
under
so
50.
they're just so busy on it that they forget that they've signed up to this group, which most of my people that are signed up to my group are signed up to another 100 groups, and they're just not getting into it. So I said, I'm going to shut it down, moving over to school, put more focus onto that and try to grow that. So that is that has been my project. And Jim,
Yes,
one more thing I'm doing this week. You can see I'm a little fired up for this week.
I
It's
can see
one
that.
of my
This is
favorite weeks.
the most you've talked on a podcast in like 2 years.
One of my favorite weeks, Jim. It really is. This is like life changing week. It's one of those weeks where I like, damn it, I should have done this 10 years ago.
Okay.
Because I come up with a good idea that I could have done 10 years ago. And I was like, oh, should have done it. The other one is I'm writing a book, and it is the ultimate SEAL workout. Okay, bear with me.
Oh,
Bear
okay.
with me.
Okay.
It's not Navy SEAL.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So SEAL, you're coming up with a new acronym for
My
SEAL?
new acronym is Sleep, Eat, and Lift.
Okay.
Sleep,
All
Eat, and
right.
Lift. And in the community, we've always joked around like when you go on deployment,
Right.
SEAL stands for Sleep, Eat, and Lift because we all get jacked on deployment.
There
Um,
you go.
so anyway, I'm writing a lift workout, a strength training workout, but it engages more of the recovery process as well. Sleeping and eating are probably, if you can eat well and sleep well, you've handled 95% of your recovery needs. You don't necessarily need all the supplements and all the massage and all the cold plunges and
Can you get this whole handful of supplements into your mouth and swallow them all at once?
right.
That's a whole chapter.
Everybody spends their money on all that, whereas they just focus on your sleeping and eating. You could actually recover quite nicely.
Dudes are doing curls with the giant tub of protein powder that comes in
Mhm.
the 55-gallon drum. That's how you work
Right.
on your biceps.
So anyway, those are my projects. I'm kind of organizing, reorganizing, shifting some focus to a new platform, and coming up with a new book project. By probably, I'll be testing it out all winter. Probably come out with it in the spring.
Who are you going to be testing it on?
You know who, Jim?
Okay, well, that answers the question I was going to ask. Is this going to show up in my workouts here in the next couple of weeks? And I think that's probably a yes.
Yeah.
Very
Get
cool.
ready to get strong. I'm bringing the gift of iron
I'm
to
gonna get
you,
swole. Is the
spreading some
fact that I
joy.
have two 90-pound power blocks, is that enough, or do I
That's
have to go
plenty.
get something? Okay,
That's
good.
plenty.
All right.
Gonna work around with what you got.
Okay.
Even if
Awesome.
it's sand, we'll make sandbags if we need to.
There you go. I got a whole beach.
Hmm.
Um, so I'll tell you the biggest thing for me is this one right here. Is simplifying just simplifying, and from the standpoint of not trying to focus on everything. And what do I mean? Well, what I mean is not trying to focus on everything. You can't do five things well.
Mm-mm.
You can do one thing really, really, really well, and maybe two things. Okay,
Yeah.
but you can't do five things really well. There's not enough time. There's not enough opportunity. You just can't do it. And so the big thing that we're going to be focusing on this year, the two things we're focusing on, and this is it, we're focusing on write your book, and we're focusing on copying content. That's it.
Nice. Love it.
And putting the two together so they're mutually supporting each other, not mutually exclusive. That's it. Not jerking around with anything else. That's if it doesn't directly contribute to growing and building that, we're not doing it. And I can tell you just from the standpoint of the things that we've just done in the last 3 months, it's the right thing to do. It's my bandwidth, my mind, my mental space is a lot better because they're not fractured, you know.
Yeah.
So I think this is the big thing, and I'm excited about that. And I think organizing, focusing, consolidating, all of those are a part of simplifying.
Yeah.
So um awesome. So What's the big Christmas gift at the Stu Smith household this year? Or you can't tell yet. You're not allowed to say,
Um,
drop the thing on it.
I don't know. Denise was saying she bought something really nice for both kids, and I can't remember what it was. I was like, okay. So it means less wrapping for us. Yes, means less wrapping. So
Have you reached the point in your life now, and it'd be interesting to know in the comments, but have you reached the point in your life now where gift bags are your friend?
oh
Like you
man,
don't even wrap stuff, it's just going straight in a bag with a bow.
yeah. And if that happens to be a gift card in it, that's fine too.
That would be something I'd be interested in everybody's opinion on. What's your opinion on giving gift cards as a gift? I think it's perfectly legitimate gift strategy, especially when you're talking about kids that hard to buy for. Hey,
Yeah. They get
here's a gift card. Go get what you want.
yeah.
I have a couple of significant people in my life that tell me that gift cards are not they're not a nice thing to do. That if you're given gift cards, it means you're basically not a considerate person.
You're not trying.
Yeah, you're not trying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say that. I mean, there's something nice about giving a thoughtful gift. But to be honest with you, Jim, at the end of this year,
yeah.
I got no bandwidth for it. I mean, I'm like burnt, right? I'm seriously like to think of something like really nice is um, like it's not even nothing's coming to mind, right? It's just like I might have to meditate on this or something. I
I
don't know,
understand. I
you know.
understand. I'm
I
with
know
you,
I
dude.
know my wife is always cold in the house. I feel bad for her. I was like, get her something that keeps her warm,
Did you
right?
buy her a blanket?
You know, jacket, blanket, something to cuddle in, a
Wow.
little space heater, to put by her feet.
Jesus, you bought her a fire hazard. You got her one
Yeah.
of those propane my heater buddy things. It's like
So
just I love you,
try,
but don't kick it over.
trying to be considerate, trying to be thoughtful, you know.
I like
Um,
what Susan put in here. The ultimate gift card. Cash.
yeah, that's a good gift card.
That's a cash. I've never had anybody, hey, you hand somebody a card with cash in it. I've never heard of anybody getting punched in the face or
Oh
they're
yeah, nobody
talking
hates that.
smack. Like
Nobody hates that.
nobody hates cash, man.
Yeah,
You know?
cash is king.
Cash in the okay. So let me ask you this: lots of presents or a single big present? What would you rather have? And in the comments, one
Oh,
one really big cool present or a whole bunch of little presents that are they're cool but not as cool as like a go-kart.
yeah. Yeah. For me, it's the bigger the better, right?
Yeah.
And the fewer is fine. If it's a really big one, that's cool. But at the same time, I don't need anything. You know, you get me something with a picture of a beagle on it, I'm pretty happy.
I'll remember that.
You know, my son gave me a Beagle Daddy hat. My daughter gave me a Beagle Daddy shirt. I'm like, this is awesome.
There you go. Okay.
Sometimes you know what I do? I'll
Yeah.
say to my kids, especially, I say, I don't want anything, but make a meme about me. Right? Like make a
Okay.
meme and I'm going to post it. Right?
Oh.
And it's just,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just for fun. Like, hey,
Oh,
I don't really need anything for Christmas. Just make a meme about me.
okay.
And
Well, we'll do that here in a minute.
my daughter made one really funny.
Okay.
Remember when I was on that Fight Science show and I was in the ice bucket and shooting stuff? She did one of me sitting in the ice bucket, and then these glasses come down.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm a cool guy.
The gangster glasses,
Yeah,
the
the
black
gangster
ones
glasses
with the
come in
pixelated ones.
with
Yeah.
some music coming, and it says, "I give ice hypothermia." I was like,
Ooh.
"Oh yeah, I like that one. That's a good
All
one.
right. Your daughter thinks you're Chuck Norris.
Really
Stu
funny."
Smith makes ice cold.
Then she also makes memes for me for Black Friday.
Yeah.
You ever see my Black Friday memes with like you know how like a crazy Walmart store or whatever. Yeah, Walmart is flooded with people, and everybody's got a big screen TV,
Yep.
right? And she photoshops all my book covers on them,
Nice.
so it looks like everybody's carrying my books out of Walmart, which is really funny. So it's
There you go.
she does funny stuff like that for me. So I
What's
take advantage of my children for their technical expertise.
That's okay. They took advantage of your refrigerator for a couple
Forever.
decades.
Yeah.
What's one of the coolest Christmas presents you've ever gotten? What's one of the coolest Christmas presents you ever got as a kid?
You know what? The one that pops into my mind, and you're gonna laugh at this.
Uh-huh.
But I got, from the Sears and Roebuck catalog.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember
Oh
the
yeah.
Sears and Roebuck catalog that you ordered, and you go to the store and they mail it to the store and you go pick it up?
Yeah.
I ordered a 110-pound concrete weight set when I was 12
Okay.
years old. I didn't order it. I told my mom I wanted it. She ordered it, and that's how she got it. 110 pounds of concrete weights, with a flimsy little bench and a hollow barbell. And that
Were
was,
the weights inside of those, like it had the big red plastic
yep,
disc and the blue disc and the black disc
yep,
and had
concrete
concrete
inside.
inside? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 110-pound weight bench set, and I use that thing forever. That
There you
that was a
go.
good. That was a fun gift.
When I was in high school, I cobbled together 3 different weight sets to have weights out in the garage in the carport to be able to do that. And I remember one day I piled every single weight that I had, even these little 2-pounders where everything's out to like the edge on the bar, and I lifted. I went to lift it, and the bar right on, not quite in the middle, but the bar bent and broke,
Damn.
and everything just flying everywhere, and I'm denting up the concrete and chipping my just what the hell's going on around here? Uh, so yeah, I remember that. Coolest present I ever got though as a kid, when I was in the 8th grade, the only thing I really, really wanted was an Atari 2600. Remember the
Oh
Atari, the
yeah.
original Atari, would you put the cartridges in it and stuff? And
Yeah.
it had that joystick that looked like a pickle sitting in, and it had one button. It had like one button and a pickle. And
Yeah.
that's all I wanted. And then I got it. I was super excited. And then my buddy would come over, and I'd have my little my little red square, and he had his little blue square, and they said it was a tank, so we said they were tanks, and so we moved our little squares around and shot smaller squares at each other, and that was amazing.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was super cool. All right, so hey, I just thought of something fun we could do if you're up for it.
Sure.
I think that we could see if we couldn't make a meme about Stu Smith. Which I think would be fun. Now, in order to do that, we got to do the meme genie. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the content for the meme. And we're going to kind of former Navy SEAL Stu Smith, who is a fitness expert and all-around amazing Maryland suburban dad. All right. So one of these days it's going to spell your name right. And what style of meme? I think we should do silly. And who is our avatar? Who you want to target with this?
Let's go 40 and over.
Athletes 40 and over. Okay. And what's an immediate result they want?
Lose weight, get in shape.
Lose weight, get in shape, get swole like you on the prison weight bench.
Okay.
So that's what Dexter and I talk every morning. He's like, "What are you doing, man? I'm getting swole, brother. I'm getting swole." Um, lose weight, get in shape, and get swole like you're on the prison weight bench. When you're working, okay, here we go.
They give you
When
pictures on this thing?
no, it gives you the it gives you the text and then it will give you an image suggestion.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um,
Can we
I
go
don't
in?
always lose weight, but I do it when I do. I do it like I'm avoiding the lunch lady's meatloaf. Trying to get swole like I'm in my own prison gym. When your cardio routine it feels more like fast run from the cops. Uh, me, I'm going to the gym. Also, me starts lifting like I'm training for prison Olympics.
Hmm.
Um, let's see something up here. When Stu Smith says one more rep, you question your life choices. Oh, hell yes.
I like
That's
that.
the one.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly. I was talking to a guy this morning. I'm helping him write his book, right? Former Green Beret and Night Stalker pilot.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, hey, yeah, I worked out this morning with my grandson. And he's like, "Oh, that's cool." And so I was telling him about it, and he said, "Well, what workout did you do?" I said, "The one Stu Smith gave me." He said, "Oh." I'm like, "You know him?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I know who Stu Smith is." You're doing his workouts? I said, "Yeah, he's been giving me workouts for freaking 12 years."
Hey, tell me what to write. I'm gonna do a quick image creation. What's the image suggestion it does
Which one?
for that one about question your life choices?
Oh, I'm going to show you.
Oh,
Well, the
you
image
got it.
suggestion, a photo of very intense or concerned looking gym goer struggling with weights. But what we're going to do something else here. We're going to Google AI Studio, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to Nana Banana. And I'm just going to drop this in. All right. I'm just going to tell it meme. Okay. I'm going to see what it comes up with. But then I got to go find a picture of you. Um, I see, like I said, yeah, I got to go find a picture of you. Uh, we'll go to Stu Smith Fitness. Meet Stu Smith. Where's that picture of you looking evil for these kids? Um, that's a good picture. Where's like a more recent picture of you?
mm, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I got a whole bunch of them in here. You just gotta go to the articles and hang on.
Uh,
I'm making one right now.
there's one. We'll copy image. You're making one too?
Yeah.
All right. When Stu Smith says one rep, you question your life choices. That looks like Jocko.
Huh.
Okay. I like that meme, but here's a picture of Stu Smith that I want you to use in the meme as well. You can modify it. All right. What?
It gave me a picture. It's kind of silly. I don't know. I'll save it and
You can show it. You
send
can
send
share
it
it.
to you.
Let's see what it does. It's doing its thing. It should be done. Should be done. Should be done. Come on. It's taking a minute. When it thinks this long, it makes. Oh, dude. Dude.
What?
Dude. When
Did it
Stu
work?
says one rep, one more rep, you question your life choices. That is awesome.
One. I like it. Okay, that's funny. You want to see
That's
what
awesome.
you
Yeah,
want to
let's
see
see what
what
you came up
mine
with.
made out of
Yeah, yeah.
for
You
me?
gonna share your screen or
I'll,
you
I'll
gonna send
share.
it
I'll
to me?
share my screen.
Okay.
This is what my AI did.
Okay. What did you use?
I just asked them to use a picture of Stu Smith watching people struggle in the push-up position. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not you.
I know. I know.
I know.
It's supposed to be me.
I know. Okay, here, look at the screen. We're gonna do something else here real quick. Cause okay, look at me. Smile. All right, here we go. So now I'm grabbing this. Uh, add that to the stage. All right. Do it again using this picture. Oh my dude, here's the meme with the new picture of Stu Smith in a Santa hat.
Huh.
I didn't tell it that.
Wow.
It figured you in a Santa
Google
hat.
AI Studio. So I was using the one they have on Shopify.
Yeah.
I got to find out who they're using.
It's dude, that's awesome.
That's pretty
When
funny.
Stu Smith says one rep, one more rep. Dude, I'm digging that. Watch what I do with this. This is why you shouldn't give people the ability to upload Stu Smith.
Are you posting that on my school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
You must select a category. Oh, that's definitely tactical fitness. No, I
Sure,
mean,
let's.
what do you think?
I
General?
don't. Yeah, sure. Let's go general discussion.
There you go.
Sweet. No, that's a good one.
Look at me commenting on my own thing. So, anyway, there, world's #1 trainer. I bet you'd get some comments on that.
Let's see.
Um, anyway, that's kind of fun. And the cool thing is that on a serious note, making a meme or something like that, what's the hardest part of making a meme? Figuring out what the hell you're going to put on it. Okay. So, like Stu's secret workout, chasing toddlers and lifting grocery bags. Now, 15 years ago, yes. Now, not really.
No, not
Um,
anymore. Maybe another 5 years.
when your dad's a former Navy SEAL and every family hike feels like SEAL training, I bet you didn't do that to your
I did
family,
not.
did you?
I did not. No.
No. Just beat on your kid in the driveway,
Yeah.
put that heavy bar on those little
He-
tiny 10-year-old
yeah.
shoulders. Every time Stu Smith's kids ask for dessert, first you must complete 10 push-ups. The more barbecue, the better, as long as you do 100 burpees first. So, speaking of Stu giving you burpees, first time I ever met Stu, Susan and I met Stu together. So we're at the Go Ruck Nasty, and we're at the top of. We climbed all the way to the top of the hill, which was not a hill; it was a mountain.
Yeah,
And
that was
there's
brutal.
Stu. There's Stu with some obstacle with a big line. I'm like, hey, that line's too long. Let's keep going. And this guy who looked like a fire plug comes running up to us. Hey, are y'all skipping the obstacle? I'm like, yeah. Well, if you're going to do that, you need to drop and give me 58 count bodybuilders. And I'm like, phew, he looks serious. I think I'll do it. And then I found, and then like 6 months later, I started working out with you. But that's, so my point there is that through personal experience, this might actually be real,
Mm.
where it says, sure, you can have more barbecue as long as you do 100 burpees first. Just
Mm.
saying. When you confuse warm up with nap time, I like that.
Oh, funny.
That is good. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of fun. And Susan says, yeah, plus we just watched a guy in our group break his ribs and get carted off by paramedics. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun too.
that was a horrible obstacle.
That That's why I didn't do it.
They put me over there. They said, "Hey, can you go run this obstacle?" Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. I'd love, what the hell?
What?
I remember walking, they had you walk up and down that thing 3 times. And on the third one, it wasn't zigzagging back and forth. It was just straight up where the chairlift was. And I remember walking up and I said to some random guy, just it sucked. It sucked so bad. I said, if a pelican were to come over my head right now and just poop straight on my head, I wouldn't even care. And the dude just started cracking up and was
I tell you,
laughing the
man,
whole way.
mountain or ski slopes, because it was on a ski slope, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
those things are not meant to run up.
They're not meant to run down either.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But dang, yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, it was at Massanutten. Susan
That's right.
remembers.
That's right.
Yeah, that was fun. But into a little, I'm a firm believer. Okay. I really believe this. Okay. I believe in karma. I believe in all that stuff. And I believe that every life must have a dose of suffering come into it, because that's how you grow. And so the universe says, okay, look, we got some suffering quota here. Now you can choose it, or we'll choose it for you.
Mm,
And that's
yeah.
one of the reasons why I get up and work out every morning and build a little suffering into the beginning of the day. Suffering is optional, pain is inevitable. Do you have one of those patches too, Susan? Yeah. Um, but what I like to do is to amp it up a little bit. So when the universe is kind of out there looking to see who's doing a little suffering, then they come by Jim Edwards. It's like, nah, he's good.
That's
He's
a really
doing it
good.
to himself. We'll keep going.
It's a really good point.
But I'll tell you what's actually going on. I know we're going off on a tangent. It don't matter. It's the Christmas special, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you do something really freaking hard, or something that is in the moment, like I know Susan runs like Susan's run like, I don't know, like over 2,500 miles this year or something.
Damn.
It's over 20. Yeah, she basically ran to Florida and back. Okay. And then is on her way back again. I think if you can put something into your life every day that has an element of suffering, that it's like, I'm not going to say this right because I don't have ChatGPT to say it for me. But it's kind of like if you put your hand under really, 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 really cold water, and then you have room temperature water and put your hand under the room temperature water, it feels hot as hell.
Yes.
It makes everything relative. So like if you didn't do something really hard each day, then the stuff that comes along that's annoying feels like it's hard.
Right.
Whereas if you give yourself some contrast of, hey, I almost puked this morning during my workout, or my quads feel like someone was beating on them with a piece of rebar. This thing right here that's happening, it's no big deal.
No big deal.
Okay.
I
Just
love it.
move right on through. Does that make sense? Like it's not just like you have to have your suffering quota. It's just setting up a contrast that empowers you instead of makes you feel like a victim when you have a hangnail.
100%. I mean, and you're actually just getting tougher. You know what I mean? So when regular things happen, they don't affect you the same way. I think it's pretty much saying the same thing, but I always like saying, when you do something that you don't feel like doing, you're adding a scoop of mental toughness every single day. If you can get consistent with it, you're right. Life gets easy.
Yeah. And it's not just lip service. It's real, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what time do you wake up every morning? 5?
About
Quarter
5.
to 5?
Yeah. 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my alarm's going off at 4:45. It used to be 4:52, and I'm like, nah, I need an extra 7 minutes because it just did.
Yeah.
Okay, so my alarm goes off 4:45 every morning. Now I think Susan gets up earlier than that. Which, by the way, Susan says she's 12 miles from 2,600 miles this year, and still got a week. That's really cool.
And
You
what is
know,
that? What is that a week?
a lot.
I mean, it's got to be
It's like 50 miles a
50,
week,
50
dude.
miles a week at
Yeah,
least.
that's crazy. And that's like running, rucking, walking, doing all of it. She don't do
That's
it easy
awesome.
either. It's not like, hey, let's go stroll. It's like, nah,
No.
let's carry a fat toddler. She did 10.37 miles yesterday.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got to put in some 10 milers if you're going to get 50
Oh
in a
yeah.
week. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
My point though is that this is the kind of thing, and you might think to yourself, okay, why would you do that? Why would you want to build a little suffering in each day? And maybe suffering's the wrong word. Maybe it's a challenge, you know?
Yeah.
But I like the suffering. I
I do
like the
too, you know,
word.
especially when you're doing it by yourself, you're kind of
Right.
sitting there suffering in silence, and that's
No, I'm
harder than
usually cussing.
yeah. Yeah.
No one can hear me.
It's just I don't know. And then you see the sun come up and it's like my day is just now starting. I am ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And I think that it's one of those things of if we I was going to we'll talk more about this next week. But I think if you another thing is if you do something for yourself at the beginning of each day, like some me time, but me time to like work out or to run or to work out or to do something that makes you better, it sets the tone for a much better day than if you just wake up and immediately start reacting to the world on your phone
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Agree.
and and challenging yourself. Anyway, I'm not sure how we got off on that, but Dave just said as you grow older, mental toughness is huge, body starts falling apart, everything hurts, got to keep going or else. um yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things though that there's gonna as you get older, I have learned that there's going to be physical pain as you get older. You just get to choose where it comes from. The physical pain can come from the pain of working out, stretching, doing your mobility and getting after it every day, or the physical pain will come from inactivity.
Mm,
And what I have found is that the pain from the workouts lasts an hour or two and then pretty much eases off, maybe because of the endorphins that kick in.
that helps.
But I've had times where I wasn't working out and the stiffness and the joint pain and the other pain lasts all day.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
So there's going to be pain, but it's a
Yeah.
pain whether you choose what kind of pain it is and how long it
Yeah.
lasts.
And if you get really good with the mobility work, pain starts reducing itself,
Yeah,
which is life changing whenever you walk out of the gym and you're like walking to your car and you're like, wait a second,
I feel good.
nothing hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I didn't do my Stu Smith workout. No, I'm just playing. Nah, mobility day, life changing, awesome.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much done it. We made our cool Stu Smith meme. We even posted it. Um, I don't have any likes yet. It kind of bothers me, hurts my
Yeah.
feelings. Somebody needs to. At least you could go like it,
Still
Stu.
growing. Yeah, I could do that.
I'll like it my own thing again. I gave it a thumbs up. I liked it. Anyway. Um. All right. Well, that's all I got. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. We'll see you next week for our. I guess this is the first time we've ever done a Christmas special. This was our our special.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
to go figure out what you want to consolidate, simplify, project, because this day after Christmas, you never know if you're not traveling or, you know, working yourself to death that week, which I will say this, my new number one piece of advice for New Year's resolutions.
let's have it.
This is a good one, folks, and you probably have not heard this one, right? And especially if it's a fitness and health related New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Just take 2 weeks and recover from the stress that you've accumulated between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Take 2 weeks and just walk, stretch, go to sleep early, just recover physically and emotionally, whatever you need to do from the stress that you have accrued from, the stressful holiday
The
season.
whole year? How about just the whole
Or the
year?
whole year. Yeah, it could be the whole year, but take a couple weeks. Don't be in a hurry to start. I mean, if you start on January 1 and you look at your previous, let's say 6 weeks,
Yeah.
for me, we had everybody over on Thanksgiving. We went to Army Navy. We, getting ready for everybody to come back over here Christmas. We got two parties that we went to, rushing around. Just anything you do is now a rush. Like I went to the grocery store last night, not thinking. Um,
That was dumb.
I had to get something. I had to get ice cream,
Holy crap.
and I was like, "What was I thinking?" It was
And then it
packed,
was freaking packed.
so crazy. So anyway, I just got to thinking. I said, you know what? It's probably one of the worst times ever to start a lifestyle change after all of this mess, right? Take a couple of weeks, just focus on your recovery, eat well, sleep well, try to build a habit of just walking, right? And then that time that you spent just walking can be what you use a few weeks later to add into more, calisthenics or dumbbells or join a gym or something. And you miss the craziness of January gyms if that's an issue for you too, because everybody and their grandmother gets a gym membership in January, but by late January, they've
All over.
it's
Yeah.
done. So anyway, that's
Anybody
just
camping on a machine in my gym gets shot because it means they're a trespasser.
yes. Home gyms are also nice. That's a good yearly investment. Take this next year to invest in piece by piece, and next thing you know, you got yourself a nice little home gym. And believe me, you can find them on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. People are giving them away. Don't even have to buy
Oh,
them.
by March?
Oh
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They'll pay you to come pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that couch that was in front of Susan's neighbor across the street. You'll see exercise bikes and stuff out on front of somebody's thing. It's a sign that says,
Free.
it says free.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Susan says I can carry my home gym with me everywhere. There you go. It's called a rucksack.
Mm.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my new
Yeah,
thing
that's great.
coming
That's
up with.
great advice, man. I mean, I thought you were going to say something really nihilistic or
Nope.
nihilistic, depending of like just give up now.
No, it was, it's funny because I'm thinking about writing this article as I spit this out.
Yeah.
Um, 2 weeks into January, it's an actual day. You know what they call it? National Quitters Day. It is when
Wow.
people quit their New Year's resolution.
Huh. Well,
Um,
that wow.
yeah.
I'll have to
So
remember that.
so just start after that day, so you don't have to deal with it.
Then they should try and coordinate that with like, Gamblers Anonymous, and
Mm.
then they could say, "Hey, it's January 15th. I should quit gambling, but I'm no quitter." So
Yeah.
same thing. You could just tie that in with a whole bunch of stuff. It's funny you bring that up. Maybe we'll talk some more about this next week, and this is something that's really, really come home to me this year, is that The people who actually get stuff done are the people who adopt the identity of the person who does what they're trying to do. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples and tell you a quick story. So examples from this year, when we really locked in and write your book with, I'm an author, I'm an author, I'm an
Mm.
author, I'm an author. The people who were the ones who took that seriously, and every group post, every email, everything that they're doing in the emails and the communications, I'm an author, I'm an author, I'm an author. They all got their books done.
Nice.
The ones who kind of blew it off, oh, it's goofy and stupid, didn't get their books done. Now, maybe that's just an anomaly. So then we move forward to launch your book. Okay. The one, two, and then that's where we change the identity from I'm an author to I'm a bestseller.
Mm.
And that being I'm a bestseller, meaning that's not a temporary sales rank on Amazon. That is an identity of I'm a best seller. And the people who adapted and adopted that, there you go, best number one best-selling fitness author. The ones who adopted that identity, though, man, they crushed. I mean, you're talking about people getting featured in magazines, in newspapers, being on TV. Even have one Chip here he got a column in a magazine. They said, "Hey, we love
Ooh.
your stuff. We want you to start writing for us."
Hell yeah.
And they're having him go speak in front of their customers. Um, so now I'm going to tie this all together with something that you just said. It made me think. So when I finally stopped being fat Jim, and I've gone up and down and, by 20 pounds as much in there, but when I was at 260
Mm.
and I was like big Jim, okay, I decided I needed to do something to kind of reclaim my power over myself and my body. And I did exactly what you said. I just started walking every day. I knew that I could get up, put on my shoes, and go for a walk around the neighborhood. And then walking turned into walking faster. And then walking turned into, hey, I'll do a 5K. And I remember we did a 5K and I came in number 2. I've
Mm.
even got I can see I still have the little medal that I got for coming in second in the walking division of the 5K. And then it turned into do a couple push-ups. Then it turned into, hey, and then I saw this, I'd learned about this thing called Tough Ruck, not Go
Mhm.
Ruck, which I found by accident. I
Yep.
said, hey, every pound I lose, I'll put a pound in this backpack because my weight loss had stopped. So then when I got up to where I had 30 pounds in the backpack, I'm like, hey, this kind of sucks, but I'm still losing weight. And then about that time, I did a Go Ruck event that was a freaking disaster.
Mm. Yeah.
And Susan was carrying me. And then that's about the time I found you. And what I realized, and I remember this very specifically, I said, I don't want to be some big muscly whatever. I just want to be the guy that I would look at and go, that dude's in shape and he's got his life together. Not it was that was it. Now there's a couple other things I said. I would joke around and say, I want to be the guy that all the guys look at and go, screw that guy, because he's he's looking pretty good. And
Yeah.
that their wives looked at and said, I wish my husband looked like that. That was kind of a little side thing. But in the end, but as soon as I adopted that identity, my actions followed and then my results followed. And so what's had to happen a little bit over the last couple of years is as the body changes, I've had to adapt it a little bit because I can't do what I could do when I was 40, but I can still do more than most people think they can do at 58.
Yeah.
So the big thing though is that maybe one other thing you could think about over the next week is, who are you and who do you want to be?
It's a perfect
Okay.
week for that, Jim. Perfect week.
And what identity would get you where you want to go the fastest? What identity could you adopt that would help you to just automatically produce the results? Because that's what that identity does.
Yeah.
Because identity leads to action and action leads to results.
Yeah.
So just one last thing to think about. But that would be my thought for you on Christmas. Cool. Well, I appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas,
Merry Christmas to
everybody.
you.
Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Festivus. And if you're one of those people that does the airing of grievances like they did on Seinfeld, videotape it and send it to me because that's going to be some good stuff. All right, Stu. Appreciate you, man.
You bet.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.